Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Violent Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Ambrose Alley, and with me is my co host, the Mox.
Mox, everyone,
The Mox.
the Mox.
The Mox. And as you see, we're going to go into an independent wrestling promotion that I saw the first show last night and really enjoyed it. So I want to let you in on a little bit about Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. First off, I want to start off with it was founded in 2010 by Mercury Matt Yaden, who's also the CEO of Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy, and Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling is the showcase for the students and the graduates of Mercury Pro Wrestling. Just so y'all know, Matt Yaden is not a stranger to the business. He's been wrestling since 2001. He founded the NRW in June of 2010. From June 2012 to June 2013, he worked for TNA Wrestling in Nashville, Tennessee. He assisted and learned talent relations under Al Snow, and he travel services from Bob Ryder. He wrestled for NWA, SAW in Millersville, Tennessee, and also in TNA's developmental territory in Ohio Valley Wrestling in Louisville, Kentucky. He does have his WWE ties by attending several WWE clinics, and he was an extra in LA in 2009 and in Denver, Colorado in February of 2014, 2015, and 2017. And I wish I had been here in 2017 to see him wrestle. Really would have loved to see him wrestle.
Does he not wrestle anymore? Not to interrupt. Is he just strictly on the other side now?
He still wrestles now and then.
Okay.
He still wrestles now and then.
Sorry to cut you off. Just a quick question.
Oh, no worry, no worry. That's one of the reasons you're here, because I can get going and get kind of monotone and get kind of like that instructor in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller. Yeah, that kind of guy. From June 12th to the 14th of 2017, he even got invited to the WWE's Performance Center in a invite-only tryout. So as you can see, he has some background experience. Another person on staff of Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling is everyone's favorite Vince Russo. No need to go into his qualifications because everyone knows him. He's actually a pretty decent guy. I mean, I've chatted with him, asked some questions with him on Twitch, and he's a pretty decent guy, all in all.
I'll just a quick touch on Vince Russo. He gets a bad rap here and there. There's a lot of people that don't like him, and then there's some people that do. And I mean, I'm kind of, he's never done anything to me personally. I mean, and from what everybody has their tangents and their things. But like you say, he seems like a decent guy.
Oh, and he makes fun of his swerves and everything that he's done in TNA and WWE and everything. He makes light of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Matt just seems like you can't do that long. Like you said, 2001, and go to all those different places and not learn a lot of stuff and be able to run an academy and a promotion.
Oh yeah. It's I mean, just doing the history a little bit on background that Mercury Matt Yaden was wonderful. Like, I didn't know he'd worked under Al Snow. With Al Snow being one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I mean, you can't work under Al Snow and not learn some stuff. Al Snow doesn't get enough credit for his knowledge of how things work, and he's very generous in passing his knowledge along.
Yeah. But I went to my first show last night, and it was great. The atmosphere to start with was wonderful. And let me tell you, even though the crowd was small, I mean, there was maybe 24 people or so there. They got more into the matches than at a big W. Yeah, than a bigger venues. And there was your definite likes, your definite dislikes.
This was their charged event.
This was their charge event that will be showing on a local TV station tonight in Denver, Colorado. Unfortunately, I don't get it, but it will be on Twitch in the next week or so. And they will do a voiceover with someone calling the match, because they don't have an actual announcers at the match.
Right. Okay.
Which is nice.
And this was the Rack House pub, or
no, I missed the Rack House because I went to see Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
This is the show after that.
This was the one that was done at the quarry.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. This was the one that was done at the quarry. I watched some of their matches and stuff on YouTube and Twitch, and you don't get a real feeling for it until you're there live. And I have now become enthralled with the stable known as the Left Coast Gorillas.
You're speaking about the crowd. What was the mix like as far as age, men, women? You know, the demographics.
Everything was covered.
Okay.
There was even toddlers there. People had brought toddlers to the show.
Cool.
And I said there was your definite favorites, definite hates, but there was not these trying to take over chants and stuff. And it was small enough that you could interact with the wrestlers. And there was trash talk going between the audience and the wrestlers, which was pretty cool.
It takes me back in the 80s and stuff, and the local shows we would go to where the exact same thing would happen. There's interaction, and there's definitely hates, likes.
Yes.
The faces would, hug the kids and high five, and it was more of a environment of just fun, just for fun, not.
Oh yes, and all the wrestlers, either faces or heels, they interacted well with the crowd.
Cool.
They seemed to enjoy it. And there were some good matches, and their women's division, what they call the Lockettes. There was a couple Lockette matches, and they were vicious. They were vicious. And I'm not talking about little tiny things, little tiny women. These women, they could throw down with the men if they wanted to. They were just awesome. I wouldn't want to mess with them. They could hurt me real bad.
Did Did they get good reaction?
Oh yeah,
Like
there's
there's
one.
no. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's one female wrestler out there named Aligato, and the crowd was just behind her, and she she could sell. She had some good moves. We got to see her twice that night,
Oh,
last night.
I was going through just pictures of the roster. I've watched a little bit of their stuff on Twitch and
Hmm.
things that you've shown me or directed me to. And I was looking at their roster and I wasn't sure. You know, it just gives the name and but she looked like that's a baby face right there.
Oh, she is, but you don't want to mess with her.
Yeah, like she
Don't want to mess with her.
just on her pick alone, like she's a baby face, but don't cross her.
No. Uh, got to see Anna Angle come out. She's doing a tribute to Kurt Angle. She's doing the USA, the red, white, and blue. And when she comes out, everyone started chanting the USA chant, which I thought was great.
Yeah, that's when crowd participation, crowd chants. That's when you want them to do that. You're asking for those chants. You want that to happen.
And the wrestlers are good when getting into match to get the crowd going. If the crowd kind of dies, they're really good at getting the crowd ramped back up. So that interaction is really, really great. And I was ringside, so it was even better. Although I did get lost trying to get to the quarry, but that's a whole nother ball game story in itself.
We'll just have to pod about your on a different pod about your adventures trying to get there.
Never follow MapQuest.
Oh,
um, then we started getting into the men's matches, and I fell in love with Anaya. He's he was a student of Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. He also became an instructor, and he wrestles. He's part of the Left Coast Gorillas, which is a stable that I am thoroughly enthralled with. But he has the charisma, the moves. He, as Jericho would say, he has it. He can get going. He interacts with the crowd really well, and you can't help but cheer him. You just can't help it.
and he's a again looking at the roster. He's a champion of some kind of.
I'm not
A
sure
tag.
what belt he's the champion of. I said I'm still trying to learn the promotion.
Right, right. I just on the picture he's listed under a current champions, and I don't know if they're what title that would be.
I'm not sure either. As I said, I'm still learning. I'll be able to tell you more as time goes on because I am now hooked.
Yeah, you're the wherever they are, you're gonna be there.
Well, it's usually within a 2-hour driving distance from where I am. They have a couple events, like they have one that's coming up in Alpine, Wyoming. I'm not going to make it because I really don't want to take a day drive one way
Yeah,
because Alpine's up there by Yellowstone, which is on the all the way on the other side of the state. But um, another wrestler that they had in that I saw that I became enthralled with was Filter. I know it's a name, but he can take a beating and still come back. He was like Anaya. He got caught in a lot of beatdowns last night, but he still came back. One of them tough guys. And then the other part of the left coast gorillas ended up being Hoodie. He and Anaya made the original left coast gorillas, and then it looks like they brought Filter into the stable. And as they said last night, as they left Standing Tall, they're going to run the show.
They look like, and I'll talk to you about this before we went live. They look like they have a look of just somebody I want to know more about. Like,
I definitely want to. Yeah. I definitely want to know more about them. If I could, they kind of have, they just have a chemistry together. And they look good together. So I'm going to be watching them a lot closer. And in fact, I'm going next. Huh?
I'm sorry. Are they? Is it just two of them, or is it like a faction?
It's just two of them right now that
Okay.
I know of for sure, which is Anaya and Hoodie. But from the looks of it, Filter's going to be joining them. So it may be a faction.
Okay.
Because they were putting up three fingers showing that they were going to run the place. So I'm not sure if they're going to stay as just a duo and with Filter, or if they're going to become a faction. Because it's a nice story where you want to know. You don't know yet, but you want to know for sure. It's storytelling, folks.
Yeah, that's what makes wrestling work.
There's a lot of storytelling going on. And it was about a 2.5 to 3 hour show with a 10-minute intermission. And some of them wrestled 2-3 times last night. But you didn't get bogged down, and it didn't drag out like a 3-hour show of Raw. They had some backstage segments, but it wasn't boring. It was exciting.
Kept you invested.
Yes, this is how I feel a wrestling show should be. And so I guess I really like these small independent venues.
Did you interact with any of the other fans?
No, I was too busy trying to take notes and learn about the wrestlers and seeing it being more from that than interacting with the fans. It's from hanging around all these wonderful wrestling people that I hang around with all day long online.
Right. We're good people.
Yes, we are good people. And so I was watching the moves and how they moved and the storylines and everything going on. But the crowd was into it. And they have a great announcer.
Do you know his name offhand? Or did you catch his name?
Yeah. I didn't write it down, but it's Woody.
Okay.
Yes, Woody. He's when he gets in the ring and announces, he can get the crowd fired up as well.
And
he's just awesome.
A lot of people take that for granted, but that's a really, really you have to have somebody that can do that. You have to. You've seen a match, and to hype the crowd up for the next match.
Yeah.
And
He's not, if you look on the roster, you'll see him under official or staff. I'm not sure. He'll have a beard, but when I saw him last night, he had no beard. He was clean shaven.
okay.
And on their voiceovers, they have this one guy, Colin. When they do voiceovers, and he does. He's one of the ones who calls the show. He's up there with Corey Graves.
Yeah,
He's that good.
The ones what I've seen on Twitch, and they have some things on their website from I think it's on YouTube. Like, dude is really good at what he does. Like, he's really, really good.
And he's young. And he is young. Well, compared to me, he's young. Really young.
Well, yeah. Same here. And to do it solo, like, just to call the match, like, that'd be hard for anybody.
Yeah, but he is good. I mean, he would put Byron to. You could get rid of Byron.
Yeah.
Easily. Get rid of Otunga. Get rid of Coach.
Those things should probably happen anyway. But yeah, he could. If they'd ever go back to a 2-man booth, Graves and you said Woody, I wasn't sure his name.
Colin. Woody's the ring announcer.
Oh, sorry, confused myself. We just all of a sudden had strong winds pop up, and so I'm making sure we're not about to get a tornado or something. Colin, you put those together, and Colin be the straight man to Corey's. What Corey does.
Corey's color commentary, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or you could put Colin with Cole. He could learn a lot from Michael Cole.
Oh, yeah. Michael Cole doesn't get near the credit. And yes, he says some irritating things, but it's a TV show.
It's Michael Cole, Maggle.
Michael. But Michael Cole is just, and you can tell the difference when he's calling a match without all the production in his ear, and versus, hey, make sure you say this, and the big dog. Or,
yeah.
It's boss time.
But I've really hooked into it. I'm going to see it as much as I can. I enjoyed myself. Oh, I really enjoyed myself.
Do you have a match of the night? Do you have a moment of the night? I mean, I know that overall you enjoyed yourself from start to end, but anything in particular stick out of?
Oh, that's hard to say. Because it's hard to pick one. They were all that good.
That says a lot. That really does say a lot when you leave a show and, like, dang, I can't pick.
I can't pick the match of the night. I can't. You come in, you're listening to the crowd to find out who's the favorites, who isn't, because you're not sure.
Right.
But then you pick up who it's who you kind of connect with, just the personality.
you let the crowd say, okay, this so and so is this alignment, so and so is this alignment. But as the match progresses, you form your own opinion.
Right. Because there was the Regal twins, and they were booed as they came out, but and they teamed up with Anaya, and watching them work with Anaya, I really liked them. I really liked the twins.
They just the roster picture. They have a look, just like I was saying earlier
They got
about.
good hair.
They have a look that just screams, "I don't like you," like in a Hill way. They just, I don't know what it is, and it might just be me, but like, nope. Um, just based on picture, like, you guys are a Hill tag team.
Oh yeah, they're definitely a heel tag team, and they get heel heat. But I like watching them. That was a
Yeah,
very entertaining match watching them. That was also the first time I got to see Anaya in action. And but Anaya, he just connects with the crowd. Well, in fact, all the Left Coast Gorillas do.
I'm really looking forward to probably just a little step below how much you're looking forward to actually going to the shows. I'm looking forward to following the shows when they are put on Twitch and following your reports from the shows because it seems like a really, really fun promotion.
It's a fun promotion. Oh, it's well organized. Um, I can't. I really can't say any. I can't say enough about it. I could go on for hours.
And hours and hours and
Hours. You know, like the Energizer Bunny.
it just seems like if I was around where they tour, like yeah, I would definitely check them out and see what it's about for myself.
Yeah, but I like it because they go around Colorado. They're making a trip all the way to Alpine, Wyoming. So maybe they'll come to Cheyenne sometime.
Cough, cough, Cheyenne, cough.
Cheyenne. Hey, you hear that, Matt? If you're listening, come to Cheyenne.
One more thing I wanted to ask. I'll say one more thing. I'll probably have a couple more questions. As far as like if rating wise, like violent wise, are they PG? Are they R? Like where is there
Oh,
a mix of both?
I'd say they're
Did anybody bleed?
nobody bled.
Okay. Did anybody
I,
cuss or
I didn't hear anybody cuss, but a chair was used, a baseball bat was used. So I'd say it's about PG 13.
okay?
But that was for this show. From what I've seen from previews of like what happened at the Rack House Friday night, it gets
It
it gets a
fluctuates.
little more violent
Okay.
because they
I was
bring
just
in tables and stuff.
wondering where they we earlier spoke about the who was in the crowd, men, women, kids. I was just wondering where it's not like ultra violent stuff, but it's not just ho hum.
No.
Like they do have spots and stuff that okay. I was
Yeah. Well, when there's also toddlers in the crowd, it's it it's family friendly.
that's how I was gonna. You beat me to it. It's family friendly with some edge.
Right. I mean, it's something you could bring Morris to and not worry about.
Right. Okay.
Of course, knowing Morris, he'd be eating his jalapeno peppers while he's watching the show.
Yes. And for those that don't know, I say it every time. Morris is my 9-year-old son and huge wrestling fanatic, and loves jalapeno peppers.
The hotter, the better.
Yes. He's crazy, Moggle.
He's crazy, Maggle. So
So even getting lost, trying to get to the quarry, and I know getting lost is for like overall like great experience. That kind of thing. Like you didn't let getting lost ruin your night.
no, I ended up actually turning around because I got lost and I had to turn around. I ended up in front of a Petco, so I went in and got some dog food.
Only you would.
Well, I
you
needed
know,
dog food, and Petco's right there, and it
only
gave me
AA,
a break. Yeah,
only AA would stop by and, and buy dog food.
on the way to a
Get it?
wrestling show.
Yeah. Well, I'm lost. There's a Petco here. Well, might as well stop and get dog food and take a breath.
Yeah, buy dog food, bought her a toy. It's I
Oh
spoiled
wow.
that dog rotten.
I'm glad you had fun. I thought you would going into it, just like you were looking forward to it. I'm glad it. I think it did more than live up to your expectations. I think it exceeded them.
It definitely exceeded my expectations. The next one is going to be held next weekend at Romero's. Where is it going to be held again? Romero's Canine Club and Tap House. So that should be interesting.
Is that the one in Denver that you're going to, or is that
Uh, that's in Lafayette.
Lafayette?
It's a
Okay,
Yeah, it's a little bit closer than the quarry.
okay, but you're going to it, right?
I'm going to go to it.
Okay, sweet. And I think.
And
Go ahead.
oh, and I'm going to take pictures and I'll have them up. I'm going to take pictures this time.
And from what I'm gathering, I think you'll have even more fun as
Well, of
you get
course.
into the characters and you're like, okay, this is, this is this is that, and as you see the progression, I think it will be even better for you this upcoming weekend, as good as last night was. You're like, oh,
It'll get it'll get better each time.
yeah, as you familiarize yourself, um, I can see where the stories are progressing and you're watching the stories. And I'm going to have to mute my mic for 1 second, but if you
Okay.
wanted to say anything about anything else,
All
but
I'm
I'll
going
be
to
right
say,
back.
okay. The one I'm going to watch is I'm going to watch Filter. I think he's got a lot of potential. So I'm looking forward to watching Filter come up, and I think working with Anaya and Hoodie And if they can get this as a faction, it'll be great. So fingers crossed. It's kind of nice to go in and have a character you want to see watch and you want to see develop, and you'll be able to see it develop. I've really learned to one time at a small venue, and I love it. It's just so much better. It's even better than going to a WWE house show.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. I was just telling everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. I was just telling everybody I'm really wanting to see Filter just grow and improve over time.
Was he your, I know we kind of went over this, the standout star from last night?
No, to me, the standout star was Anaya.
And I could have guessed that because you brought Anaya up quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. But I can see Filter growing in. I'm going to watch him closely.
Okay. And all these cats are pretty young.
They are.
Pretty much anybody there is going to be younger than the two of us, but like there's no, from what I can tell, that they don't do shows with, let's get this old guy that you've heard of, name recognition. It's just them putting on shows.
They do have a couple older guys. They have this one older guy, and God, I can't remember his name right now.
But you know what I mean. Like it's more focused on their talent, their homegrown.
Right.
That's what it seems to be anyway. And I may be wrong, but what I'm gathering is they're not bringing in X, promotion star this that, to boost ticket sales or to. They're just.
Oh no, they're not doing that. Dead air.
Dead air, dead air, dead air.
But
we can't have that.
No, we can't have that, but we're doing better.
Sorry, when I muted my microphone, I wanted to go in and check the radar because I'm kind of, as the sun was going down, the wind picked up. I don't know if the wind's picking up in my microphone, and the clouds got dark, and we were already under a watch, and I wanted to make sure, and I tried having them turn it. They didn't understand me, so I didn't want the TV background noise coming through the pod, so I muted so I can go check the radar myself. I think we're fine. I think it's just going to be maybe a little rain. But that wind gets scary sometimes.
Well, yeah, anyway, you're down there in tornado country, so.
Yeah. They get them every few days, thankfully. They usually seem to miss us, but you got to keep an eye open.
Oh, yeah. So, what say we jump to Money in the Bank and see what you thought of it?
Did something happen Sunday?
Yeah, we had Money in the Bank last Sunday.
Money in the Bank. Let me think. Hey, that rhymed, and I wasn't even trying to have it rhyme. Yeah, if you're did you want to give a how you can find
Oh, Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling?
Yeah.
You can go online and you can look up Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling, and
No,
that will give you, huh?
go ahead. Sorry.
And that will give you a way to get to all of their events and the roster. You can find them on Twitch at Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. You can find them on YouTube at Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. You can find out information through Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. And their web address is www.rmpwrestling.com.
I like the dart.
Dart. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't know
at
why I
least I'm
said
not.
dart.
At least I'm not the only one that makes mistakes. Yeah. Let's
So,
see. Yeah, you want to? It's dark. I have notes on Money in the Bank, and I'm trying to find my flashlight on my phone to read my notes. I know the first match was Daniel Bryan and Big Cass.
it was a match that happened.
That's basically. Oh, Dadgum, where's my flashlight? Flashlight, where are you?
Don't you have a regular flashlight?
Yeah, but okay. Flashlight found. Crisis averted. And looking back, since everything that happened Tuesday, I really don't even don't want to talk about this match. My notes include Cass sucks so bad in the ring, decent opening, kind of bad. Daniel carried him. Daniel wins. Like that was,
It was a match that happened.
yeah. There was, and like I say, with what happened Tuesday, eh. And then finding out, and it just seems to be getting worse.
Yeah, but it's hard to say what's fact and what's fiction.
Yeah, I was gonna put the disclaimer, just rumors floating around. It, Either way, it's not good. But Daniel Bryan beat Cass for the second straight pay per view, and like you said twice now, it's a match that happened, and we'll go to the next thing.
Right.
We go straight from that match to a probably the not my favorite part of the pay per view, but I laughed so hard with the backstage moment with New Day and KO,
Oh, yeah.
where he'd already started doing the bribing thing, on Raw, and like, hey, he's been out, so let's everybody team up against Braun. And he brought New Day pancakes and syrup, but he happened to bring maple syrup. Ugh, maple. Ugh. And
You don't like maple syrup?
I don't like maple anything. Maple is gross.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one.
Well, we're gonna have to agree that you're wrong.
We're going to have to agree that you're wrong.
Maple bacon, maple salt. I can't even stand the smell of that crap being cooked. Ugh. And my wife bought. She says accidentally she likes maple breakfast sausage. I accidentally got maple sausage, and this was while she was cooking. Like, what the hell is that smell? Oh, I'm making sausage. Like you're making maple sausage. Yeah, I accidentally got it. I know she's fibbing because she wanted maple sausage.
Well,
But
your
nope.
wife and I would get along great then.
Yeah, I can't. Morris can't either. Maple, like Justin Bieber levels of the worst things that have come out of Canada. Ugh. But a fun interaction, and then when they start shooting Kevin Owens down, and he was like, "Fine, I didn't even like your cereal." It was just a fun, quick segment.
Yeah.
And then we move on to Sammy versus Bobby Lashley, and I missed it because my internet went out completely for that match, and apparently I didn't miss much. Apparently it was a quick.
No, you didn't.
Looking back and finding out that Sammy has 2 torn rotator cuffs, probably why it was so quick. And I feel bad for
That
Sammy.
had to be painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he's been dealing with it for a while. That's gotta suck, for lack of a better term. But excuse me, wrestlers don't get enough credit for working through injuries like that and not showing it, or you don't hear anything about it.
Until it gets to the point where they have to have surgery.
Yeah, nobody knew, or it wasn't reported anywhere until Sammy's out with both rotator cuffs torn. Like, damn. In defense, he didn't. I don't know when the second one tore. Apparently, the first one, his good shoulder, was a while back, and then his second shoulder, where he said he was just used to it, and he thought that's all it was just a nagging pain. And that's probably why they did the not much wrestling, just the Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn segments that were talking, but that's still got to be tough to deal with.
Yeah.
So nothing happened in this match. Bobby won. I know that much, but I saw literally zero of this match.
What was the next one?
Next, we have Elias versus Seth.
That was a match.
And my notes, I missed most of it because that's when the internet came back on. Came back on when Seth missed the suicide dive. Or he either missed it completely. I don't want to call it a botch. He either missed it completely or Elias scooted out of the way, but it was kind of scary looking either way.
But that was a match to watch. That was a great match. Well, I'm trying to remember it. I'm still hyped from last night. But
yeah.
I would, in my opinion, I would give that the match of the night.
Is that
those two just those two just have the chemistry. I would rewatch this match again and again.
They seem to, I think I couldn't tell you the length. I didn't miss all of it. I just missed quite a bit of it, but what I did catch. And they do, and do you remember when, I think it even started when Elias was still in NXT, and now you're going to hear Thunder. The comparisons of how Seth and Elias look alike.
Yeah.
And Elias has come a long way. If you remember back in 2015, There was only when he was still in NXT and we were in our online community. There was only a couple people that liked Elias. It was me and Nivs and I think one other person. Everybody hated Elias. Like, no, I like Elias. There's something here. The only thing I can fault from this match is Elias didn't win, and B, the very next night you put the title on Dolph. What
Yeah.
the?
In my opinion, if you didn't put the belt on Elias, you wanted to take it from Seth, they should have put it on Drew.
Yeah. Drew would. Anybody but Dolph. Like, that makes zero. Unless they have bigger plans for Elias that we don't know about. Like, there was. That made zero. It was bad enough, like, oh, cause, and you know, I love Seth. Love Seth to
Right.
pieces. He's one, like, top two favorites. But there was no sense in not putting on Elias at Money in the Bank and then putting it on Dolph the next night.
Yeah, that I
They
didn't
went,
understand.
and that, as I was questioning it Sunday night into Monday going into Raw, and Seth opened up with his challenge, and Dolph's music hits, blah, blah, blah. And then Drew, you know, his music hit, like, oh, please be Drew, please be Drew, please be Drew. And Dolph was the one that challenged, like, oh, crap.
Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. It's like, no. I think that's when I turned off Raw after they put
Oh,
the belt
wow.
on Dolph.
Wow. It takes a lot for me to turn off a show like mid watch because of a result. I could see where people would like, nope, I'm out.
Hmm.
But Dolph just does nothing for me. Like, and I used to like him. Just any, I don't. It, it's I don't know how to put it. God no.
His current gimmick, it's just, he should go back to being the show off.
It's a charisma vacuum. Like, it just sucks everything. Even as good as Drew is, like, Drew's not even helping really.
No, Drew's just the badass backup.
Yeah, like where I would rather see them do Drew as the badass and Dolph just as the lackey, for lack of a better term. Like, Drew's the side, or Dolph is the sideshow to Drew's presentation,
Oh yeah.
not the current way of. And next up, we have women's Money in the Bank.
I did not want to see it go on Alexa. I did not want to see Alexa get it.
Yeah, neither did I.
I was rooting for Becky because she deserves it.
And I was so, and then my little, I think I have two sentences written down. And I know why, because it was basically, for lack of a better term, botched, because Alexa was late. But it made Becky look so stupid to have the briefcase unhooked and then let me look around for a couple of minutes. That and the crowd went ape shit when she was up there and had it unhooked. They also went ape shit for when Alexa won, but they exploded when Becky got up there and they zoomed in. on TV of it, the class actually being unhooked. Like it's a done deal. And I even told Metal Matt, like I legit Matt, just to myself in my house. Like I was like, okay, they're gonna do it, and I just knew Matt was gonna be ecstatic. And but once she looked down and started looking around, like son of a bitch, like they're not gonna do it.
Yeah. I had
Yeah,
really hoped she would take it.
I mean it's Alexa definitely didn't need it, and then later on, what happened? That it's getting so the most pushed woman, the most pushed wrestler in WWE is Alexa Bliss over Charlotte, over Roman, Braun. Braun might be a close second, but and I love Alexa,
Oh,
love
I know
Alexa,
you do.
but it's too much. It's way too much.
I feel that Alexa's been in, well, she's held the title for so long. She should not be in the title picture.
I think one of the problems is if she's not in the title picture, what secondary feud could you put her in? I mean, yeah, you could do Alexa Nia not for the title, as former best friends turning on each other, yada yada yada. But you're trying to do that with Bayley and Sasha at the moment. So I think that it's a weird place to be with Alexa and how. But the overall match, it wasn't bad per se. There was uh, a little bit better than last year's, but last
Yeah.
year's was just SmackDown. This was a little different.
Well, it didn't have the screwy finish.
Yeah, like,
They got everyone up in arms.
yeah, didn't have Ellsworth. Which, speaking of screwy finish and Ellsworth, that will come up later.
Oh, yeah.
It I expected a little bit more out of it, but it wasn't a bad Money in the Bank. There so I don't know how to. Me and words, we don't get along.
Yep.
It could have been better. It could have been worse. It was kind of middle ground for me. And then we move on to Paige, Kurt, and Baron backstage. It was just a quick interaction of first it started with Paige and Kurt after Alexa won Money in the Bank, and Kurt saying he's got to one up because Raw won women's Money in the Bank, and I'm really digging another one that wasn't liked until later is Baron Corbin back in NXT. I'm really liking the Constable Corbin thing.
So am I. They finally gave him a character.
Yeah, and if nothing else, at least for now, it's keeping Stephanie off our screen. I know it's at least something different, and he's playing it very well. And I unfortunately did not write. I just from trying to do from memory what they talked about it. Kurt giving Paige like, haha, Raw won Money in the Bank for the women. We're gonna be 2-0 when we win the Raw. the men's, when Raw wins the men's Money in the Bank, and Paige gave him some sass, and then here comes Corbin. But you better.
Yeah.
It was just very quick, but for whatever reason, I wrote that down in my notes. And then we go to Roman versus Jinder Mahal.
Okay, I kind of tuned out of this match.
I literally have 2 words written down in my notes. Roman wins. That's all I wrote down. it, and I like sometimes snarky crowds. This was different though. This was like at least give the match a chance. And they just, and yes, it's Chicago, and Chicago is notorious for it. But they gave no. The match was actually decent. Like it, I mean, and my problem here is Mahal, not Roman. Like Mahal is just so bad. But I like the Sunil Singh, the wheelchair thing, him getting up, commentary selling it perfectly. Oh my God, he's better. He can walk.
Yeah, I liked the spear he got too.
Yes, that was. But it. Why they? And there's gonna be people. Oh, they're putting Reigns with Mahal to try to get Roman cheers. Uh,
They just need to stop trying to get Roman cheers and just let it go.
if you want to get Roman cheered, the last person you put him with is the heel that few people like. Like, put him with a heel that actually has heat, like not just like you suck so bad heat.
Adam Cole.
Oh God, I know he's a good heel. I just don't like Adam Cole, baby. I liked him before. That's my thing with. I don't know why I turned on Adam the way I did since his NXT arrival, but he just does nothing for me in NXT. Yeah, that Mahal Reigns happened. The match was decent match. Like it, two big dudes beating the shit out of each other with some little wonky stuff going on with them. Sunil, the crowd just kind of took me out of it, and the whole storyline of gender and wanting more. It just, I was already kind of out of it before the pay per view even started. Just the build and kind of like the opening match with Brian and Cass. That
Yeah.
match happened. Like that's. Next we have Asuka versus Carmella.
I was stuck. I think I kind of tuned out. This is about where I tuned out of Money in the Bank.
Well, boo on you. I think everybody and their mom knew going into this it was going to be a screwy finish.
Well, yeah,
Even, but
yeah, because it's the only way Carmella could logically keep the belt.
even before the reports of James and it started, when it first was announced, like almost everybody like, no, Mella retains, but definitely won't be a clean ending. And then some rumors of, well, James Ellsworth might be headed back, but James was actually booked in China for that Sunday. Okay, so what are they going to do now? And then we found out right before, I think a couple of days before. Actually, he canceled that even before the James Ellsworth interjection. Like, okay, they're going to do something here. Either some kind of just straight story finish, if there is such a thing, or SmackDown woman wins Money in the Bank and cashes in. We knew something was going to be. There wasn't going to be a clean pinfall one way or the other. It, yeah, James, it varies if you want to call it clean or not, but James distracting Asuka, it can be seen as, quote unquote dirty finish. Which even that didn't make sense with Asuka just like looking at Ellsworth and just staring at her own mask, and like that part made sense. What didn't make sense is when she turned back around and wasn't focused on that anymore and tried to get Carmella, get the pin. That didn't happen. Got back up and still did it a second time, and then got rolled up for the loss like that. Like, okay, you see this, you're distracted by it, you're in awe of it, you don't know what to do. Then you get your mind right, like, oh, I've got a match, I've got to focus on this match, and then you refocus like literally 30 seconds later. It just, I mean, I wanted Mella to win. Mella's money.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? And you checked out.
I pretty much did.
Dang it. I don't want to talk to myself.
Why not?
Come on now. Who? Me, of all people, wants to talk to themselves. And then
I pretty much did.
And next we have AJ versus Shinsuke. Last man standing match. This is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you would think both of them would learn to wear a cup.
You would think. And I had such low expectations going into this match just from WrestleMania and their previous matches. Wasn't it WrestleMania and Greatest Royal Rumble? Or was it Backlash?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I think it was all of them.
And they underwhelmed, and this is another time my internet went out for just a bit. I actually missed the finish of this match, believe it or not. I caught everything else. This was actually, in my opinion, their best match of the previous matches. But and it might be because I went in and I said so going in, like I have very low expectations because I'd rather be surprised than disappointed. The stipulation made no sense based on how their previous match ended, where neither one of them made a 10 count.
Yeah.
But AJ retaining, I thought it would go to Shinsuke just to progress some stories, but
yeah, but now hasn't AJ kept the belt as long as Punk?
No, not yet. It's not even close. You're talking about Punk's 434?
Yeah.
I don't even think AJ's hit 300 yet.
Huh.
If he has, a couple weeks ago, he was at 279 or something like that. because AJ won it from Mahal. Shoot, you and me, you making me remember, trying to remember things. He's around 300. He's not close to even a year quite yet. SummerSlam after SummerSlam, he had it at Survivor Series against Brock, but I think he had just won it back from Mahal's experiment, quote unquote. He's not this reign. But AJ won. AJ retains. Again, I missed the finish, so apparently there was, like you say, like, dude, like, somebody wear a cup. Like, somebody, do something.
Well, yeah, you would think they would.
The greatest part, or I say the greatest, of Shinsuke and his way of explaining or excusing. Like, the referee counted too fast and he didn't count in Japanese. I thought that was a very well done. I like Hill Shinsuke, and I thought that was a very good response. Ref counted too fast and he didn't count in Japanese. That's such a Hill thing to Hill excuse.
Well, of
And
course, he's now that Shinsuke's the heel.
yeah, and I, the two things one thing I don't like about it is all the low blows. Like, that should have ended a long time ago.
It was
Like,
okay for the first couple of times, and then it got overdone.
yeah, when he did it at WrestleMania, like, oh shit, Shinsuke just turned. Like, I get that. Do it maybe one more time just to make sure that everybody's clear that you're a heel. The repetitiveness of doing it, I mean, like, again, how AJ, wear a damn cup. I know some people like the low blow stuff. Like, oh, not. I don't. Once or twice. Once to turn, once to reiterate the turn, and then move forward, do something else.
Yeah.
Then we have next up is, are we done with AJ and Shinsuke?
We're done with AJ and Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. Nia versus Ronda. And this was another one going into it. Nia versus Ronda. I know that there's going to be another screwy finish, and this was the debate of, are they really going to do two screwy finishes on both women's title matches? And I was a firm believer that they would. Didn't know how, didn't know what they were going to do, but Mella retaining and Ronda not winning, I was steadfast was going to happen. How it happened, don't know. Or how it's going to happen, I don't know. But something told me they were going to do that in both of those matches.
Yeah.
And, there's no way they do it in both of the women's single title matches. Like, yeah, they will.
Yeah, but it was I think it was more acceptable the way that they did it with Alexa. because it's been done. It was done 3 times, 2 other times before.
Yeah. And this was Ronda is a superstar, and since rumors started last year, that may have started before then, but when it really got hot and heavy, Ronda's not going to be good. Ronda's not going to be good. Ronda has, you know, she's not cut out for this. And then when she showed up at Royal Rumble, like, oh God, this is a disaster. Her debut at Royal Rumble was all the cringe. The smiling, it was so bad. And then showing up and the smiling and it was just, like, told you, Ronda's going to suck at this. And then you had WrestleMania. And I know that was rehearsed so many times. And you have 3 other people involved. Like, okay, she didn't blow me away at WrestleMania, but that match was good. Like, okay, maybe I'll start moving my meter a little bit too. Like, she might be able to. And then she came right back out with the promos and the contract signing. Like, oh God, she's bad. Like, nope. And then she had this match with Nia. Ronda is a superstar. Like, legit. She gets it. She's good at it. There's going to be, I think, some small kinks here and there with her in the not corpsing, but the smiling stuff when she shouldn't be smiling. There's still room for improvement, but she's really good. She gave Nia Jax best match. NXT main roster doesn't matter. That was Nia Jax's best match.
Right.
And that was Ronda. Nia's improved too, don't get me wrong, but that was all Ronda selling death and the fun. And I still say this wasn't supposed to happen, but it worked out just great visually. After Nia's big move and Ronda went to stand up and fell backwards and fell through the ropes. Like, that wasn't planned, but it worked perfectly, and Ronda realized it and sold it as such. Ronda didn't jump right up like, oh shit, I fell through the ropes and I'm supposed to be in the ring. Like, she stayed on the floor and sold, like, I'm hurt. That hurt me. Like, the unstoppable force or whatever they call it, irresistible force, whatever they call Nia.
Right.
Got the best of me. It was a fun match, and then once it was pretty clear that Ronda wasn't going over, it was so telegraphed, like, okay, Alexa's cashing in. Once it wasn't like a 5-minute squash, and it went longer than I expected, like, okay, Alexa's about to cash in. And Alexa cashed in, and you're 5-time women's champion now. Yay.
Yep.
And then the men's Money in the Bank.
I called it. I said Braun would win it.
And what I said, and it came true. He looks so big-ass Braun Strowman with that little bitty briefcase.
Yeah. Monster. Monster in the Bank.
Oh God, if they say that anymore, I'll. I hate that damn. He's a monster in the bank model. He just looks so. A, he didn't need it. B, it, and this is what I said in the prediction show. Excuse me. It visually looks silly for this big ass dude to carry around a briefcase.
Yeah, the size proportion is kind of awkward.
If you're such a monster, you don't need a briefcase for one. The match was good, and there's speculation that Ronda and Nia were supposed to main event, or there was a thought of them main eventing, even with the Alexa cash in, but that got changed to the men. But they weren't sure. And looking back, how good the Ronda Nia match turned out, and the cash in and the pop of the cash in, I would have made Ronda Nia the main event.
Yeah.
But the match was good. Kevin Owens damn near kills himself for our entertainment like he always does.
Yeah, but I wish they'd let him go back to being nasty, mean, vicious old Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that's my favorite Kevin Owens, is the prize fighter, family, vicious.
Stab your friend in the back.
Yeah. I mean, you also know I'm a big KO mark. Love me some Kevin Owens, but that's my favorite persona of his, is don't give a shit about anybody else but me.
Right.
I'm here for one thing only, and be ruthless about it.
Yeah.
There was. It wasn't a bad Money in the Bank. I know there's some. I've seen some comments on like Twitter, Facebook, and stuff that, this and that, and I would have rather gone, since Alexa already won the women's and cashed in. I would have liked to have seen it gone to a SmackDown person, either Miz or Joe.
Well, if it had to go to SmackDown, I'd rather it go to Miz.
Yeah, I mean, that's gold. Miz is gold. Miz with Money in the Bank, it's gold. It writes itself. And
yeah.
especially earlier.
Really give him something.
I mean, his arsenal is so big. Give him some more, like, and especially earlier in the night with AJ retaining. Okay, Shinsuke's obviously getting, not downgraded, but they're going to move AJ away from Shinsuke. Like, this has to be it, surely. Give AJ although they did make up for that Tuesday with Rusev winning the Gauntlet match.
Yes.
That was pretty neat. I don't, and I like Braun. I just don't like him with the damn briefcase. It's not going to turn out right. Hopefully I'm wrong. It's just going to be, and I know a lot of people were saying, have him do, like has been done before, and announce, like he's going to cash in to call a match. Like, hey, I want you at such and such pay-per-view. I'm going to cash in. That just does nothing for me. If they were gonna do it, they should have done it the Monday after. Like have them call out Brock for SummerSlam, because we all know
Right.
Brock's not going to be at Extreme Rules. But now they've put themselves or Brock or Braun is with just like any other briefcase holder, and it doesn't make very much sense. A monster doesn't need a way.
A briefcase.
Yeah, doesn't need a way in, a way like a. He should just say, "Hey, you have something I want. Fight me for it."
Yeah.
It was just a weird call. I get it, but just like with Alexa, both it kind of Alexa winning kind of compounds it because you have the two most pushed superstars. A, both of them were on Raw. B, women's division and men's division. The two most pushed superstars, and they get Money in the Bank. There are 14 other people between those two matches. Nobody. Nobody. Joe, Becky, Miz, something. Not somebody that's already pushed to the moon.
Right.
Anyway, Winning the Bank was decent. I'd give it maybe a B minus.
I'd give it about a B. Mainly because of the Elias Rollins match.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just reserved my A's for like spectacular. It was fun. I don't regret watching it. It sucks that I missed a lot of the Elias Seth match.
Well, if you ever get a chance to go back and watch it, watch it.
I will. It was decent. It was worth the time, and that kind of stuff. Don't regret it. But that's pretty much what I have to say about Money in the Bank.
That's about all I can say.
I think the high spots from Raw and SmackDown, we kind of. I didn't watch SmackDown. I know what happened, but I think the big parts of Raw we covered while we were talking about Money in the Bank. So, and I
Yeah.
have no idea how long we've been on anyway. Feels like forever. Just playing.
It what?
I said it feels like forever, and then I said no, just play.
I have to be a pain in the butt. I have to be the smart ass.
That's why we love you.
Aw, that's sweet.
Oh, don't get all mushy on me. It's Violent Wrestling Podcast, not a Hug It Out podcast.
Aw. I'm not a hugster.
We could have a podcast about characters like Bailey and Becky and a lot of the roster actually of like what the hell happened. But
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
that
much
can be an entire pod by
yeah.
itself.
Like how do you mess this up so bad? I think they're trying though, at least with Becky. But that we'll save that for another time. We don't have much to talk about. I'm I'm pretty much tapping. Like I think we've covered what we
Yeah, we covered
planned
what
on.
we said we were going to cover.
I'm glad you had fun last night, and if I was closer to them, or if they come around here, I'll definitely try to check them out. And I'll watch their when they put stuff on Twitch and keep up with them.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know. I'll try to keep you updated when they put new stuff up.
Okay, works for me.
Because you never know, you might see me in one of those in there somewhere.
Well, their screenshot, I I see you, and I'm hoping that when it goes to Twitch, like I can see more than an arm in your profile in your hat. Like it's not the first time I've picked you out in a crowd.
Well, I didn't hog it like I did it raw. I kind of hogged it at raw.
Yeah, you stole the show at Raw, at least here, because I was like that's AA, and all I was focused on was your reaction to everything that was going on. Like, you always get the best seats. I'm super jelly.
You just have to know the right people.
Yeah, you're like ringside or bust.
You just have to know the right people.
We
That's all
want to,
there is to it.
yeah. Now, hey, I know you. You're right, people. Hook a brother up. You want to do our closing?
You can do the closing.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, we're going to put in our little plugs for our fellow podcasters, like Shooting Debris. And then there's Two Guys in One Sport, Ruthless Aggression Era Podcast, Roundhouse Wrestling, Busy's Wacky World, of course, us, Violent Wrestling Podcast. And please check out Rocky Mountain Pro on Twitch and YouTube. Anyone I'm missing? Oh, Connoisseurs of Wrestling.
I think that's it. That's why I didn't want to do it, because I didn't have my list in front of me, and I just knew I was going to miss somebody. But I think that's it. I think hopefully, if we missed you, sorry. I'm sure you'll let us know and
Time.
reprimand us. But I think that's it.
Okay, well, this is AA and the Mox saying good night, everybody.
And this is Mox. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy your time and check out your local wrestling.
You may be surprised at what you can find.
Google wrestling in your area and catch a show and get back to fun
The
stuff,
roots.
different stuff. You might like it, you might not, but I'm sure tickets aren't that expensive. Check it out.